I've got
Pause.
it recording.
Stop. iPhone. Settings.
Okay,
Button.
still doing the usual thing of not telling me the time that it's taking to record. That's alright, I can either use voice memos and copy to Recorder HQ, or I can just do Recorder HQ recordings. It depends what I want to do. The other good thing is if I do some files, because I did a test now, I can merge files. So that basically means I can do a few files and merge them into one file and then upload it to YouTube or whatever I want to do, which is a good thing. So yeah, I'm doing everything and checking that I can upload it without actually doing it, because I want to go and upload the videos on Wi-Fi rather than my data, unless I really need to, because otherwise it wastes data. But yeah, I'm basically doing audio blogs when I can, and recordings and that, and using YouTube as my medium to do them instead of Audio Boom. So I won't be merging this file with my other file that I merged two files together. I'm not going to put this one into my other new file. So in other words, I'm not merging my new file with this file again and keep on merging them. No, I simply did that as a test, and this file is going to be on its own, so I'll be uploading two separate files to YouTube. Oh yes. I also want to do a test where the idea was with Audio Boom, if you had a free account, you could only upload a file that recorded for 10 minutes. If you recorded for longer than 10 minutes, the file would cut out and you couldn't basically upload it because it would say that there's too big a size of the recording. So basically, if you kept recording and, it was over 10 minutes, Audio Boom would tell you to get a plus account and you could record for 1 hour, So with that principle in mind, I'm going to do a test where I do more than 1 hour of recording, and then I want to see if that gets onto YouTube or not. If it doesn't, no problem. If it does, that's okay, because then I can just do little recordings or big recordings depending on what setting I'm in, situation, the mood, how much fun I'm having, if it's just a discussion or if it's a rant or if it's me going out shopping or whatever. So yeah, that will be good fun.
Recorder HQ. Settings. Button. Pause.
Okay, I just did a test because if I'm out in public, if I'm out in public and I'm doing little, I don't know if anybody remembers, but a few years ago, I used to do a lot of Audio Boom recordings that I did in public, and I didn't necessarily want the entire world knowing I was doing recordings. Whether people saw or heard the recordings later was up to them, but the idea was that I'd go out doing recordings of my life story, what I'm doing. If other people were in the recording, they were just part of the picture. It wasn't because I was targeting anybody or specifically recording anybody. I was simply recording my own life, and people were just part of my life, and that's just what happened. You paint a picture, everything goes into the painting, I suppose. You may or may not want everything in the picture, it's up to you. I chose to put everything into my picture, as it were. My life included other people's, so they went into my recordings as well. If I didn't want them there for confidential reasons, well, they just weren't in my recordings, full stop. And if they were, I can simply trim them out of my recordings, copy that voice memo to Recorder HQ because the trimmed piece of confidential recording is no longer in there. So say I was doing a recording and I went to the bank and the bank teller discussed personal details, I would go home, trim the personal details out that I didn't want everybody to hear, make sure that I would check the audio to make sure that there was none of that recording left in it, only like the rest of it. And yeah, I would put that up on Audio Boom. And now I don't have Audio Boom, I'm doing the same with YouTube. So I will be once again doing heaps of recordings. Whether people are in the recordings or not is just part of my life, so doesn't matter unless it's extremely confidential. And if people tell me, can you turn the recording off if you've got it on, you're not going to hear that because I will have trimmed it out at home. So yeah, that's basically it, I suppose, in a nutshell. So if it's not meant to be on the recording, you're not going to notice. But if it is on there, it's meant to be there, is basically what I'm saying. So yeah, just like I did on Audio Boom, same with YouTube now. And, well, on that note, I'm going to get going. I'm going to save this and then upload it to YouTube when I go to the library next, which will be really good. I can't wait to test it out and make sure it gets on there. I was going to use my data today just to be sure, but no, I won't bother, you know. If it works with Wi-Fi, it does. If it doesn't, because of security problems, then, well, I'll have to pick another Wi-Fi zone. But I reckon that I'll be able to, I reckon I'll be able to do uploads as usual. If not, we'll worry about that then. But until then, let's just hope for the best. I reckon I can upload whatever content. Not exactly whatever content, but like I can upload pretty much almost whatever content I like, I suppose, at whatever recording length, and it won't matter. Alright, so for now, going to go. Then I will do another recording later when it comes to dinner time.
Pause. Button.
Just for the fun of it. Oh, and before I go,
Stop. Button.
because I nearly forgot to mention it, I was testing Magic Tap, which is double tapping with 2 fingers to start and stop a phone call or start and stop recording or whatever. And that's because I wanted to make sure that start and pause recording, because you could change the setting to stop, but I changed it to pause. I wanted to make sure that was working, because if I'm out in public and I'm doing recordings that the whole world will hear later anyway, but, you know, not that I want to say, hello world, I am doing a recording. I'm doing a recording right now. Oh, look at me. You know, I'm not going to call out and make the world go, oh, you know. So, I'm doing recordings, and I know that I just want to keep the recording going in the background. Then I might have to stop the recording for some reason, like I'm walking into the bank and I don't want that recorded. I can double tap with 2 fingers to pause, then come back when I'm out of the bank and double tap with 2 fingers to record again. Stuff like that. Same with if I was going to visit the office at Link Vision and I don't want people's details in my recording, like the landlord and stuff. Double tap to pause, come back later, double tap to resume recording. And obviously it is not immune to mistakes. I could accidentally put something in my recordings. If I do, I don't mean to do it. But I will try to keep certain things out of recordings. I don't know what, of course, until I'm, you know, in that situation. But I hope to God that I don't accidentally record things that I don't want in there. But obviously, nothing's immune to problems. Nothing's fail-proof. So let's just hope for the best and 99, maybe 98% of the time, I can safely assume that there won't be anything crap going into my recordings. So, yeah, with this all said and done, I'm going to go and do another recording soon.
Stop button.